I know it's been a struggle for you this year with injuries after playing 42 games last year. I'm just wondering, when you're sitting on the stands and the terraces watching those games, in terms of how you look at those games, are you looking at it on the mindset of a player, or are you looking at the mindset of a supporter or a manager, or are you looking at things tactically, or what way are you viewing those games?
Yeah, to be honest, probably a little bit of them all, to be honest. I think what you don't realise is how nervous you actually get watching the games, because you're just desperate for everyone to do well. You obviously have a little bit of luck at the opposition, because, you know, it's nice being back against so-called better opposition this year, and you're trying to, you know, when we're playing against the Bournemouths and the Fulhams and stuff, and looking at how they go about their business and their style of play and stuff. So I would say a little bit of everything, but I think the overriding emotion is probably nerves, just because I'm desperate for the lads to produce a result, you know.
And then, George, in particular, are you looking at players playing in your position and the attributes and players that you would have been up against, that you might come up against later on in the year in the return fixtures?
Yeah, I think that's the first place that you definitely look into and see what kind of how you would go about playing against them, what you'd have to do down the line if you were going to play against them. But I'd also say that normally after 15, 20 minutes, whoever their best player, sort of you can normally tell. So your attention may drift towards them. But yeah, I would say that I definitely get drawn to the midfielders and see how they go about their business, and see maybe what I would do a little bit differently or whatever. But I think that's what anyone would do, to be honest.
And finally, for me, George, in terms of that downtime, have you tried to take your mind away from football, away from soccer when you've not been playing it, or has it been going through your head 24/7 in relation to getting that return on the pitch? Or have you, for a family life, are you trying to distance yourself when you haven't been on the Hull City stadium or doing physio or stuff like that?
Yeah, I think it is important to try and get yourself away, especially when you kind of know it's going to be a long layoff, like when I had my operation. So I managed to get back home in the northeast for a little bit. But, you know, once I was out my cast and sort of back around the lad, it's nice. You miss it, you know. I already had the off season, and then to go straight in for missing another kind of month from the building because I was, you know, bedbound just about. So when you're back, it's just nice to be back around the lads and just back in the atmosphere. And yeah, you just try and use it. So if I'm gym based, you just try and use the gym training and use everything you can in that sort of training. It's whatever you're doing that day, just try and max it out as best as possible, because otherwise it'll be a very long 12 weeks or however long you're out. So yeah.
Cheers, George.